Hello, everyone. I wanted to make this recording just as an aid for you to do the 8.7 lab. So let's take a look at these three little guys, because these are the big concepts in electricity: voltage, resistance, and flow, current. So the first guy I want to talk about is my little yellow guy. That's voltage. Volts are electrical pressure. The more voltage, the harder he pushes, and the more the current flows. You can see our little green guy trying to flow through the pipe, which is the wire. Up on top of our pipe is ohms. Ohms is resistance to current flow. The more ohms increases, or he tightens his rope, the more slowly current flows. We want current to go faster. We reduce the resistance, and current will increase. Notice that voltage and resistance work against each other. Amps, also known as amperes, is the actual flow of electrons, the stuff that does the work. The rate of flow is controlled by the pressure, which makes it go faster, and resistance, which will make it go slower. Once again, the purpose of this video is to give you some background for the things you'll be observing in today's lab, and I'm going to show you that momentarily. This picture will be on the bookshelf in Otis. Here we are inside the lab for 8.7. I'm going to show you some of the techniques that I want you to use and things to look for while you do the lab. The first thing we're going to do is just build a simple circuit. So I'm going to grab a battery and drag it to the desktop. We'll notice that it has its negative end and its positive end. Everything's good here. And I'm not going to build two circuits, just going to build one. So here's a light bulb, okay? And we won't bother with a switch. We don't need it for this lab. So I'm just going to use a bunch of wires. Now notice it was to do this. I'm just going to connect it to the battery, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to move this down a little to make it easier on me when I connect it to the bulb. Then I'll put another wire, connect it there. So let's just drop it on the end, connect it to the bottom of the bulb. So far, so good. Another wire. Remember, you're building two circuits. It'll be a little more complicated, but I want you to see some things that I'm going to try to do. So you can see it's just drag and drop and things connect. Oh, and the light bulb's on. I'm observing, I can see negative signs going through the wire. Those are the electrons. So we want to observe that because that is current flow, and we're going to measure that momentarily. Electrons are going from the negative side and through the circuit back to the positive side. So things are good. There's a basic circuit. Now we're going to use the ammeter, which is over here, and I'm just going to drag it onto the desktop. And all I need to do is take this little sensor and hold it over the wire. And it tells me that I've got 0.9 amps right now. So that's how we use the ammeter. Pretty simple. And it doesn't matter where I put it on the wire. I just moved it over. So there's that. I'll put my ammeter. I'm going to park it over here for now. That's the second part. Now we're going to use the voltmeter. So ammeters measure current flow. Voltmeters measure, son of a gun, voltage. So I'm going to put the black probe over on the negative end of the battery, and then I'm going to touch it over here. Oh, look, I've got 9 volts of electricity. Can I touch that just about anywhere? Actually, I can. In the real world, the wire is covered with insulation, but they've made it easy on us, okay? So now we've measured voltage and we've measured amps. 2 techniques for the lab. And I'm going to, it says increase the resistance of the bulb. So I'm going to click on the bulb. And down at the bottom, you can see the resistance. Some things to watch. I'm just going to up the resistance. Now look, 2 things. Look at the rays of light coming out of the bulb. Is the bulb's dimmer. And I also observe the electrons are moving more slowly. Let me go measure the current again. And you'll notice it's gone down. So you're going to be doing that in your lab. It's pretty simple so far, but I want you to see it because seeing it makes it better. And one more thing you can do. I'm just going to I'm going to drop the resistance again. Everything's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to click on the battery because they do ask us to increase the voltage. And as I do, voltage is pushing more current, the bulb gets brighter. There's a bit of an experiment you're asked to do. I'm not going to show it to you right now. Those are the basics for how to use the tools in the lab. And it's just, you're going to be filling in your lab sheet with what you find out. Good luck with that. You should have fun.